Okay, I can barely hear the music, which means that it's loud enough. Okay, well, let's give this a try. New file. The beach. Welcome to our life, beginning and always. There are various ways you can customize and interact with the game. This tutorial is an overview of how certain features work. You can read the full tutorial from the main menu and learn about everything in detail. Preset options are called voice names because the name will be voiced aloud by the romantic lead. You'll get to hear him say your name as you play through the story. I doubt he has my name. Each name in the DLC is fucking on the character creation screen. There's a cute doll you can decorate. Unless you get DLCs, the game has one love interest, Cove Holden. He grows up with the MC and the interest converges. Can you just stop with the tutorial? Can I just... Fuck the tutorial. Why is this so long? Why are you explaining everything? Why is it so long? Who needs this? I have fancy text. Yeah. 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 Go away. Can you not? Can you fucking not? Can you not? Can you please go? No. No. I don't want this. Okay. Fuck. Ah. I'm a vampire. But what if I'm a vampire? I never leave my basement. Sharp. Like a cat. Oh yeah, this is what my hair looks like right now. Well, I'm gonna be a vampire. It's fine. It's fine, I'm just a vampire, you know? Basically what I am anyway. Okay. Glasses? Oh no. I don't wear glasses. Oh. No. I totally wear pants under dresses. That's not weird. Yeah, sure, that's me. Options. Let's see. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usual sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of school-less vacation with it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to... Moms? Do I have 2 moms? Oh, that's awesome. Didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, most often just said hello. Oof. Choices already. You didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. Ugh, aloof. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came in every summer were the same ones. What? If they're the same, how are they a lot of different people? You were too anxious to say hi back. Most accurate. To most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all know you well enough to respect that. Sure, let's go with accuracy for now. They still smiled at you anyway, and that made you feel a little more comfortable. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Wow, brain. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really, really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mom calls it. So, for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mom's had a talk with you and your big sister, Lizzie. I have a big sister! About this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. Yeah, aloof. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. You weren't sure about this man yet. Still, you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. True. But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on. Whether it was nice enough you didn't want to be bothered. Am I upset that he's blocking the door, or do I not want to bother? Not want to bother. You slowed down as you thought about how you could get around this. There was a split second where your eyes met. That wasn't good. He was probably going to say something now that he'd seen you standing around here. Hey. You were right. His deep voice called out to you, but you didn't say anything. Hey. There. Fixed it. Unfortunately, the man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Not wanting to seem too approachable, you folded your arms and stared. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body froze in place as he approached. Oh, he has a voice. Oh, hi. Fucking surfer dude. Okay. Do you live around here? What's your name? Yeah, bro. Oh, he's got a stingray tattoo. That's cool. You looked the man up and down, taking in his tanned skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. I mean, he's clearly a surfer dude. Well, you made your assessment. He looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. I live right here. My name is Risa. You continued to say nothing. If you do, he rubbed the back of his neck uncomfortably, giving you a small smile. What? He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill crinkled in his hand as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. What is wrong with you, sir? Well... Did he voice? Could you do me a favor? I didn't hear if he did. Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier, right? I am an anxiety person who is scared of everything and everyone. I have a son. His name is Cove, who's about your age. Okay. Aw, it's the papa. Cove. That seemed like a strange name for an actual living person. I mean, that's not wrong. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. Did I say cave or cove? Because it says cove for sure. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. I mean, he's definitely obsessed with water. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured toward the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Risa Rose, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like him, so... He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. I mean... You know, unless my moms are introducing me to you personally, this is a bad idea, accepting a 20 to hang out with your son. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance, and you can keep this. He's a good kid, you'll like him.
Do you mind?
But you've got to keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. You eye the man. He kind of felt sorry for Cove, honestly, yeah. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? Had your moms done that for you and Lizzie? The thought made you frown. Yeah. What do you say? Want to make a deal? You took the bill. You didn't want the money. You ran away. Spun around and made a break for it. Stranger danger. No thanks, old man. You don't offer an explanation. You just focus on getting away. This is me. Maybe not me as a child, but this is me now. You turned on the spot and bolted down the street, ignoring his calls from behind you. Hey! Come back. I'm sorry if I scared you. I didn't know who else to ask. How else to ask? How about just... Hey, maybe when your moms come home, tell them you met me, and we can arrange to have you meet my son, and maybe you'll like each other and play. It's like you don't bribe a kid. That's so creepy. What the fuck? The soles of your shoes slapped against the concrete sidewalk as you ran, heat from the sun warm on your face. Oh, pretty. Step 1, first sight. Eventually, a shouting faded into the distance. You let yourself slow down and try to catch your breath, wiping the sweat from your forehead with the back of your hand. The chirping of crickets and tall, dry grass echoed around you, and you lifted your head to survey your surroundings. You'd run right into the hills behind your house's backyard. It's pretty. From here, you could probably get back inside without seeing the guy again. There was a loose plank on the back fence, too small to fit through, but you could try waving to Lizzie for help. The fence was pretty high, but if you stood on the neighbor's shorter fence post first, you might be able to pull yourself over. You would be able to hide here until he left, then you'd go through the front door. Yeah, fuck climbing. I'm scared of everything, okay? You could peek around the corner and make sure he was gone before making a break for it. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try and relax, but couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone, so you glanced around. Oh, hey, kid. There's a boy sitting... I'm apparently a kid, too, so, whatever. There's a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden with the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. Why does he have a cast on his arm? For whatever reason, probably that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. I mean, it looks like a cast. I guess it could be an armband of sort, but it looks like a cast. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Now I'm remembering watching wildlife shows and these adorable little white-tailed deer. Oh, they're cute. Though deer didn't have green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses. What a dork. Casts. Actually, in the wildlife show I saw, they did put pink casts on a deer. Sad frowns. I mean, green hair, yeah. But this new boy... You watched as it fluttered softly around his face in the breeze. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. Hi. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raised a hand to acknowledge him, and show you weren't scary. Sup. Hey, space cadet. 'Cause, you space out a lot. Hey. Awkward hi. Yes, an awkward hi. Hello. Hey. Hi. I don't know you. Hi. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his side. Oh, why? Oh. That was a weird transition. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. Oh, he's crying, baby. No. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks, and his knees soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You'd obviously caught him off guard. He was your age, but he didn't look familiar. Maybe he was the boy that weird new neighbor had been talking about before you ran. The only way to actually know was to ask. Who are you? I've never... The screen recorder suddenly disappeared, and I don't know why. Log. Where was I? The only way to actually know is to ask. You waited for him to say something because you're an anxious piece of... I'm an anxious piece of shit. I'm so anxious. He sniffled a little, rubbing at his ruddy cheeks before he finally spoke. My name's Cove. Oh, that voice. You could see him hesitate, shifting his eyes to the side and then back to you again. My dad and me, we moved here. Your guess was confirmed. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. Yep, you can't own a hill. You shook your head. While doing so, you also picked a strand of lint on your leg. Picked at a strand of lint. What a weird question to ask someone. Is this your hill? Like, is it my property? I don't know. It's my backyard, or it's behind my backyard, but whatever. Oh. He sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why'd your family move? Quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Oh, he's crying. Almost like they'd never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. Oh, my parents. They don't want to live together with me anymore. Oh, baby, I'm sure it has nothing to do with you. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave, and he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. Oh. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion? Is that what the word was? I skipped too fast. Yeah, exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at its eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. I'm sorry. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. Stop crying, you baby. I'm sorry. Okay. Just some of the answers are so mean. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. The Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. You felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But from way off in the distance, you heard your parents. Risa!
Cove?
Oh. I heard that voice. Kids, where'd you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging on his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
Aw. I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. You can handle it. You have to go. Don't worry so much. Sorry I have to. It'll be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. You were struck by a sudden need to reassure Cove. It's not gonna all be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really, really need him. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm. Sorry, I still don't want to go. You call out yourself. You silently wait with him. You try to convince me. I mean, yeah, I get it. You do? Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Those are my moms? Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, such pretty moms. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Risa, you're here after all. We had been at the park to check for Cove, and then we heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big thing? Like, come on. We're okay, don't worry. Cove just didn't want to go home just yet. I mean, do I call him out? No. We were just sitting. Thank God you're both fine. Are you two having fun out here? You look over at Cove, who is wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. You shrug. Yeah, I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. Just gonna say, because I'm socially anxious. Yes. You didn't think that was the right word to describe it, but you weren't sure what else to say to your moms. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you. Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Risa knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove. Bye. The two of them walked off into the darkness. Heading toward the neighborhood, you watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what. We'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How does that sound? Sure, can I show him my stuff? It sounds like words. What kind of sentence is that? It sounds like words. You nodded, ducking your head down because social anxiety. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you toward the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Oh, choose your feelings. What? This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in later steps. The face. Nervous. Because social anxiety. Oh, and an interest level. Nervous and indifferent. Let's start with that. Begin step 1 at nervous indifference. I mean, that's how I am with everyone, right? You won't be able to change it until step 2. Sure. I forgot that was still open. Actually, I'm going to stop here for now. Save.